Hello Powerdrift, this is Vinzy here. First of all, I'd like to thank you for this opportunity to connect and participate in this crazy giveaway. Getting on the questions, the first one, can making, watching and most importantly sharing the right YouTube content really make a difference on how the motoring scene would evolve in our country? The second one, how do you think has Powerdrift contributed to this scene? If you think it hasn't, let us know how can we from now. After reading both the questions, answering the first one, my answer inadvertently indicated all the contribution Powerdrift made. Answering the second question, I had to include the difference you guys have made by contributing. So basically, there is an inception of the questions that happened while answering your questions that Powerdrift is contributing by making a difference in evolving the motoring scene in our country. Now, this difference has different meanings and relevance to different people. For some, it can be as simple as having the right information, thereby the confidence to buy the right bike or car for himself. Or say, getting people excited to follow different motoring events like rallies, motorsports and races in different segments and categories of vehicles happening around the country and abroad. Or say, changing the perspective towards stunt riders by removing the negativity associated with it in the country. It helps in getting the stunt riders some much needed respect and recognition they deserve. More importantly, it starts to make a difference on a personal level when it gets the audience interested in knowing and following the unsung heroes like C.S. Santosh, Aravind KP, Rajani and others who strive to live their passion despite the professional and personal hurdles. Another indirect but vital difference making, watching and sharing the right content makes is getting sponsors on board and on the same page on this platform, which is generally ignored in comparison to the national media. This sponsors not just brings money to the motoring events and the riders some financial stability, but it also sets the precedent and gets the ball rolling for future partnership, which is very important. It also helps create a reverse awareness. For the brands, not just for the customers. For the brands to know that channels like Powerdrift has a big following and the engagement level is very active, they can't afford to take the customers for a ride now. They are more bound to listen to what customers are saying. No longer are the customers isolated and the brands know it now. According to me, this change itself is a significant contribution in its own sense to the motoring scenario in India. There is one part of the last question where you asked if one feels if Powerdrift team haven't contributed, how can we from now? Well, I just mentioned some of the contributions, but that definitely isn't the end of it. The way I look at it, you may not even have scratched the surface. See, when it comes to contribution, there is another aspect of the difference you guys might be making or you can certainly make going ahead. Say an ignorant rider who wasn't wearing the helmet, a new driver who wasn't wearing the seatbelt, the uncle that never knew the turn signal indicators existed on the scooter, the dude who feels he's too cool to follow traffic rules, an impatient neighbor who can't just stop honking. Now say, maybe, somewhere, sometimes, somehow, because of some crazy Powerdrift magic rubs off them, the rider starts wearing helmet, driver the seatbelt, uncle starts using the turn signal, the dude is now a gentleman, impatient neighbor does meditation now. All this, not because they have to legally, but they understand the reason behind it. Now these are some trivial hypothetical differences that also matters. The point I'm trying to make is based on the fact that with such a small team working resourcefully with these outputs, Powerdrift is not just effective in the ways of contribution in the automotive sector, but efficient as well that can easily rival huge production houses at a fraction of the expenditure. To contribute in varied and more inclusive ways going ahead for the start, you will need a bigger, more spread out geographically based team pan-India. For this, we pray and wish you get big sponsors and even government on your side, especially after the much deserved recognition you got from the Andhra Pradesh government. Congratulations, and subsequently become the automotive content giants of the future. Ideally speaking, with PD Army, you guys can expand where passionate motorheads from non-automotive industries also at different positions having access to different resources and networks can pitch in and contribute. Talking about yourself, don't you? After all, India is a nation to millions of motoring citizens, and to get them fast, we need to multiply Powerdrift's core essence. Well, that sounds like a future company vision goal statement for Powerdrift. That's all for now. Thank you once again, Powerdrift team, for allowing us viewers to connect and participate in this crazy giveaway. Hope the answer was satisfyingly crazy, just like the RR310. Bye-bye.